but we're getting into game pretty soon, Magic.
Yes. Still salty about you showing up late. Feels bad, man.
You know what? I tried my best. I'm here now, so we can just forgive and forget a little bit. That's what you gotta do, man.
You know what? You're right. And as we get on to the rift, as the light has shone upon me.
Oh, God.
Of course, we gotta pause.
Of course. You're building into it, too, only to get shot down.
That's my day so far today.
Oh boy, I'm ready for a couple more hours of casting with you. If you're already feeling the pain.
Well, hopefully everything just starts going better. We start waking up and able to get into these games really well. But we are loading up onto the rift, and this game, as opposed to the last game, we don't get to see both teams meeting up in that tri-bush in the bot lane.
Yeah, no 5v5 to start things off. I think everyone, including myself, would be very excited to see some ARAM in the mid lane, but not going to be the case. And, you know, you don't want to risk giving up any crazy kills level 1. You don't want to lose the game before it even starts, I think. So that's why we never get any excitement in League of Legends before those minions crash.
Well, see, that's the thing. You missed it last game. We had the 5v5 fight in that tri-bush where 3 kills were picked up by the Raven Raptors, and that caused them to win the whole game. So you're
exactly
right. Why bother doing that when you're going to just have the possibility to lose the game before it really even starts?
See, both these teams were watching the last game, unlike myself, who was, again, still, you know, off in dreamland. But yeah, they don't want to make the same mistakes that were made last time round.
No, and that's a standard. I think you don't want to get behind too far, especially with a comp like the one drafted by Lost to Q. They need to make sure that they're playing for the laning phase, and sure, they can go for those over-aggressive early invades, but all that would do is have a possibility to put them behind and not let them get to that laning phase dominance that they really want to get to.
Yeah, Armia actually took a couple of auto attacks right there from the blue buff, being every jungler's best friend. But what it will do is tell Ramsey and the rest of Lost Q definitively, hey, Armia, he was leashing over on the blue buff, and from there Ramsey can sort of try and path accordingly, because it won't be that 3 camp into recall like we've seen a lot of Rengar players doing, unless he just clears out this top side of the map, but much more likely to be a harder clear route.
And now we get to see pretty much just the lanes going out. You'd kind of expect a lot of damage back and forth, though we do see a good shove coming in from the side of Edge, and then we get a pause.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ramsey actually took that information that he got level 1 from the leash from Armia, and now he's over on the red buff. He actually already tossed the Q over there, and washed up Kid, again, because he's not pathing immediately down to that red buff. He's doing 3 camps on the top side. It has yet to be determined whether or not he's going to recall after that. He is not actually going to be here in time to figure out what Ramsey did, and because Ramsey is actually going to hit level 3 off of this red buff, he could potentially actually just chill in that bush, wait for the Rengar to show up, and then burst him down.
Exactly. And he's going to be very healthy. That's just how Lee Sin is in the early game. Well, Washed Up Kid's probably going to be limping his way through the jungle, maybe get himself to that red buff, but it'd just be a bait if he does go for that. And that's that early aggression that you want from that Lee Sin. Get him ahead right away. Get that advantage over that Rengar.
Yeah, and I mean, also, if he does steal this buff away, he's going to drop a ward down there. So they're going to be able to tell exactly where Washed Up Kid is when he passes towards that side of the map. Keeping his lane safe. Deep vision is always going to be king when it comes to that, because you get so much information. You get to count his CS, figure out what his path was, you get to see if he has any buffs on him, what level he is, all those things, and whether or not he's going to be pathing out of his jungle towards perhaps one of his lanes, or if he's just, you know, going to be going into a recall and trying to go for another full clear afterwards.
Yeah, the only thing that Ramsey does have to be careful of if he goes for this, he has to be careful of the collapse that is possible from Panda and Toby, who could path down that way. They do have that nice shove going in for them onto Mouch and Mad Smoke. So if they're able to get that shove really hard in and notice that the Rengar might be in a little bit of a sticky situation, could path down there to help him out.
Yeah, but at the same time, they don't know that any of this is going on, and jungle fights are going to go so fast if Washed Up Kid does go ahead and face check a level 3 Lee Sin sitting in that bush, that they're really not going to be able to react in time. That's not a high probability that something like that might happen. Not to mention, there's a blast cone right next to the dragon pit, so there's really nothing that Ramsey has to worry about if he just gets in and gets out quickly.
Very true. So, as we continue to delay the inevitable long crushing defeat of pauses, we can talk about
What can we talk about, Magic?
How was your sleep? How much sleep did you get?
I think I got like a solid 10 hours or something like that.
Nice.
You know, I thought I would wake up. I didn't set an alarm because I'm like, I went to bed 10 hours ago. There's no way that I'm going to be late. And then there was a time change.
Yeah, we tried everything to get a hold of you, but luckily I'm amazing and I can do everything. So don't worry.
What are you talking about? You pulled in a co-caster. If you were amazing and could do everything, you would just be solo casting.
I had to do the stream, though.
I've done the stream every day for the last all days.
Yeah, but I wasn't set up for it.
You think I never set up for a stream in my life?
You never set up for a stream in your life. Anyways, but I got a whole 12 hours sleep last night. I went to bed at 10 p.m. last night. That's early for me.
Wow, that is actually very impressive. I have to commend you on that. I'm actually a little bit jealous because, I mean, even the 10 hours felt really good. 12 would be a whole nother ball game.
Well, yeah, that's the whole, being sick thing that I have going for me. That I just took some NyQuil last night and then conked out and then woke up at 10. Luckily, I woke up at 10 because of the time change as well. I was ready for it to be 12. I was like, hey, I have enough time to go out, get some food. Nope, that didn't happen.
Absolutely did not. Is there a dream champion in League of Legends, like a sleep champion? That would be kind of cool. I don't even think there's a sleep mechanic, you know? Or like you get hit by the CC, you fall down until you take damage, and that wakes you up.
That this might sound like it'd be horribly broken, but have it so there's like a sleep mechanic where your whole screen goes black, so you don't get to see anything. So your
So Nocturne.
No, but it's black. You don't even get to see like your champion.
That's so anti-fun. No one. How could anyone enjoy? Okay, so when you're looking at the health of a champion, you gotta look at how fun it is to play and how fun it is to play against. Okay, these are all things I know. That doesn't sound fun to play against, and if you're playing as it brings no satisfaction because you don't even get to see what happens to the enemy.
See, you don't understand what I find fun in life.
No, I don't. I don't think anyone does. I don't even want to know.
Probably not, because that would bring me a lot of joy. It's just knowing that the person on the other side is probably raging really hard because all I had to do was push a button and now they can't see.
You want to play Nocturne. That's who you want to play.
I like to play AP.
Nocturne or Practice Tool Graves. There you go.
Practice Tool Graves, yes.
Just spam out the smoke screens all day. We're at whatever direction they're going.
Eventually, you will kill someone with those.
It is true. It is true. And it would go great for your AP Graves build that I know you're just dying to try out.
I've done it before. It's a lot less satisfying than you'd think.
No, I believe that. I believe it's not very satisfying.
No, that's what I'm saying, and it's less satisfying than you'd think. So.
No. Trust me, less satisfying than maybe you thought initially, but for me at least, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try that. Not even once in my life. I don't need that.
You don't need that? What about full AD Soraka? Do you need that?
Haven't played full AD Soraka. Played some good old jungle Soraka. You have to take AD runes for that, so I guess that's the closest I ever got.
You should definitely try out full AD Soraka, just for the satisfaction of knowing that you killed someone with nothing but bananas.
Yeah, definitely not as fun as Criddle Sticks.
Ooh, Criddle Sticks is a good one.
That's a classic. That's a classic right there. You also got attack speed Karthus. That's a good one.
That one's a classic too. Fun.
Even though you might actually just hate yourself for the rest of your life after trying to auto attack with that thing.
Have you ever done run it down mid Karthus, where you literally just always auto path down mid and win the game off that?
No, because you would not win the game off of that.
You'd actually be surprised if you
No, I would not. I actually would not.
Yeah, I've won a game doing that before.
Yeah, no, you didn't win the game. Your teammates won the game, and you were just strapped to their backs. They dragged you to the finish line, okay? Just to clear the air on that one.
Hey, don't take away my accomplishments by making it seem like League of Legends is a team game here. A 5v5 team game where it's important that your teammates can do well as well. No. That's not at all what League of Legends is based off of, at least from what I've heard on the League of Legends subreddit.
Wow. This has gone on long enough. 22 minutes. How long are we gonna have to keep this small talk up, Magic? How long? What's your final bet? What's the timer gonna be at?
I don't know what the timer's gonna be at, but it's gonna be when my voice finally gives.
Oh, so you're saying the pause is gonna go on for a long time?
So about another 5 minutes is what I'm gonna.
Another 5 minutes. So your prediction is 16:42.
Yep.
My prediction is gonna be 16:43. Whoever's closest wins the prize. There you go.
Wait, what's the prize? I want to know.
It's the prize. It's a secret. Your screen's black for it, so you'll never know.
No, well, rip. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyways, so more small talk going in. So I want to talk. Oh, not even small talk. Let's rewind and go to actual important things, such as what we predict for teams here at the GO&FUN esports tournament. Edge definitely someone we're looking forward to seeing how they progress in this tournament. But last game, I want to fill you in on what happened with the Raving Raptors being able to take the victory over the Steel Steeds. Steel Steeds being a team that were able to take down the Raving Raptors last time they faced when Steel Steeds were still the Raving Raptors Academy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting right there. You gotta give me the full story now, right? So how long was the game? Were there any, really star players on either of the sides?
So we had a 26-minute game with 3 kills going over to the side of Raving Raptors at the 3-minute mark. Not even the 3-minute mark. It was the 1.5-minute mark, where we saw the Steel Siege trying to invade onto the Raving Raptors, but the Raving Raptors had all kind of clumped up and were able to stop them. But we are getting told that we can actually stop talking, and we're going to put a little commercial on and take a short break before we get into the game. All right, guys, we are finally back into the game. Sorry about that pause. We were trying our best just to delay as long as we could, but we are going to get into the game so we can talk about the important thing in life, which is League of Legends.
Yep. Looks like the red buff steal did go through for Ramsia. Armia just DC'd, not sure about that.
Hopefully that's just a client bug, but we got a splash coming out of Mad Smoke. Oh, no.
Alright, we're going straight back to music, guys. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, guys. We get this resolved. So, oh wait, there's a reconnect. We're gonna pause it for a second. I guess we can talk. The red buff was stolen by Ramsey. That did go through. Washed up kid didn't realize what happened until Ramsey walked over that ward in the bottom lane.
And Washed Up Kid's very low going against those chickens, so we'll see if he can survive there. But tune in next time to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures to find out.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Yeah.
Don't think I've ever heard of that before.
It's an anime. I've never watched it either. I just know the meme.
Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. Washed Up Kid recalled. He doesn't want any part of that jungle. I already mentioned how, clearing that is pretty rough. And actually, red buff does give you a fair bit of sustain in the jungle, HP returns. So, does have to recall without picking that one up for himself.
Yeah, so gonna have that nice free buff start coming in from Ramsey as well. Gonna really help him out with just maintaining a good lead over Washed Up Kid. I'm definitely interested to see how Washed Up Kid's gonna play around that knowledge. If he's gonna go for an early gank, or if he's just gonna try to farm it up until level 6 as long as possible.
Right, he actually packed his way back up towards the top half of the map, maybe wanting to steal away Ramsey's own red buff, but there's a ward right there, so these junglers may crash into one another.
And Ramsey just got the red buff as well, so Washed Up Kid's got to be really careful. There's a good push coming in from Gunner as well. The Q not connecting means no riding in on that wave for Ramsey.
Yeah, and I think that was still a mistake by Ramsey not to continue chasing. He had the red buff, that slow was being applied, and he had both Ramsey and Freddy collapsing on towards that enemy jungler.
Yeah, they had so much advantage for that. The good push coming in for the side of Lost Geo. I think they're giving a lot of respect over to the side of Edge, not wanting to lose out just in case. But now Freddy getting flash taunted in this top lane. He's trying to get up Scarl, but that's going to be first blood picked up by Armia.
Yeah, Army had been able to break that quite a while ago, and Freddy just didn't really have the time to build that bar on back up. It's really hard to do that in these early stages of the game when you're not fighting against your opposing top laner too often, and that was exploited pretty darn well. Freddy didn't even have the chance to flash.
Honestly, had he flashed, it would have been bad for him anyways. And now we see Freddy teleporting into the top lane, almost engaged, but now in the mid lane, we don't see that ethereal change connecting on to Gunner, so that Ahri will live for now.
Yeah, didn't see the charm connect either on to Cypher during the distortion. I mentioned during Champs, you should never miss that ability versus LeBlanc, and Gunner is definitely going to have to shore up a little bit on that right now because he's out of mana and not really in a good position.
Yeah, he's going to go down the ethereal change, picking up the kill for Cypher. He did flash in to finish that one off, but getting that nice solo kill onto the Ahri going to help out that LeBlanc immensely in that mid lane.
Yeah, the early game not going too hot right now for Lost a Q. Not to mention, Cypher held on to his Ignite during that entire exchange, so it's just a flash-for-flash trade, and when Gunner walks back into the lane to that 1v1, Cypher might actually be able to surprise him with even more burst damage now that he is level 6 and still has that powerful summoner.
Exactly, so with the back coming in from Cypher, we'll be keen to see exactly what he picks up for that mid lane, if he goes for the Morellonomicon or if he goes for maybe an early Luden's Echo.
Yeah, that's one thing we'll have to watch. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see a Negatron cloak or something, but it's actually going to be a Hextech part right now. We've got Rengar in the top lane.
Yeah, looking for another gank onto Freddy. Scarl is going to be popped, so that it means Freddy out by himself. Does have that flash still available. Doesn't opt for it. Washed Up Kid picking up that free kill.
Yep, he knows that if he flashes, Washed Up Kid is simply going to flash and take him down once more. And already there's a lot of damage that went down onto the turret last time they got the kill. Now there's no teleport. Freddy isn't even level 6, so he can't try and charge his way back into this lane. So this turret is going to take a heavy, heavy beating.
Yeah, maybe even falling. There's that possibility, as we don't see either
Ooh.
Armia or Wash Up Kid trying to path away. But now Ramsey getting engaged on in the jungle, taking a lot of damage. Has to be careful. The flash coming in from Panda Opa. Not going to pick up that kill just yet. The flash coming in, going to get away from that Q. But here comes Cypher. They want to get that kill onto Ramsey. The Q will pick it up. The Shatter Orb gets the kill for Cypher.
Yeah, 4 kills, 0, 12,000 gold to 9.8, and the top turret also just went down. It just doesn't really make sense. Yeah, Ramsey, you're going for the correct decision by invading, trying to counter jungle while Washed Up Kid is on the top half of your map, but you have to give respect to your opposing laners, and he just got collapsed upon going way too deep for those Krugs.
Exactly. Can't let yourself get punished. That was something I wondered about when he took the red buff earlier, and it ends up being that I was just off on timing. Gotta work on that, because getting killed like that in your own, in the invade is gonna be huge. And now we see Cypher just doing a ton of damage on Gunner. Gunner, you gotta get back out of there, because Cypher, he might look for that kill.
Yeah, had Cypher had the ultimate, would have easily been the death. Now he does have it, does have the ignite, and as soon as he sees the charm go wide from Gunner, he can go for the all-in.
Yeah, we do even have Ramsey here, trying to be a little bit of a protector for Gunner, but that is still a LeBlanc, going to be very...
Yeah, I still don't think they win that.
Yeah. A 2-0 LeBlanc with that Hex Tech Revolver, with that Ignite.
That's a kill.
He goes, going in, the Charm's going to land, it doesn't matter, because Edge going to pick up that kill.
He still doesn't use the Ignite, that's actually ridiculous. Now 1v1.
Yeah. But we have the Stand United coming in. They lock down Ramsey. They want to get onto this Lee Sin. He is too far out. That is the Shatter Orb helping to pick up the kill. Armia going to get that one.
And what were the conditions going into this game, Magic? It was, you gotta win the early game if you're lost to Q. They are getting pummeled in it. It does not even look close. Sure, the CS numbers gonna be pretty even across the board, but there are turrets being absolutely shredded. There's 3 members in the mid lane now just trying to open this game up entirely, and Mouch and Mad Smoke, they're gonna be the next target once this mid tower does fall.
Well, Ender, my question here is, do Lost to Q even have a way back into this game? 9 minutes into the game, 4K gold going in the favor of Edge, and it already looks over for Lost to Q.
I mean, this is such a snowball-y composition coming through from Edge. You've got the double assassins, you've got the Shen to just try and force plays all across the map, and the Jhin as well is so good at finding picks in this mid-game with the ultimate, with the W. They're all in it.
Tempered Fate, they're going to go for Panda Opa. They got the flash in, the Cosmic Greetings. They use that exhaust on a Mouch. They have the exhaust used as well. Here comes Washed Up Kid. They're going to pick up the kill on a Mouch, but now Mad Smoke trying to get out of there. Here comes the Curtain Call, going to land one shot. Toby picks up that kill.
Just not looking too hot right there. They tried to force something. They know they're bleeding out across the map. Bottom lane was the only thing that was looking decent for these guys from Lost to Q, but they forced a fight without having a roam from Gunner, without having Freddy come in with the TP, or even Ramsey being in the general vicinity. So now they're going to lose out even more. The bot lane turret probably going to be the next focus after they pick up this dragon.
Getting themselves the dragon. Another charm going wide for Gunner. Gonna allow the all-in coming in from Cypher. That Ignite has been used. Shatter Orb helping pick up the kill. That is 4-0-1 on that LeBlanc.
And believe it or not, this is a good matchup for Ahri. It's a good matchup, but I don't think I've seen a charm land from Gunner just yet. The matchup hinges on the fact that Cypher should never be able to actually distortion on top of you, but somehow Gunner's been missing those abilities over and over and over. And I thought it was going to be a proto belt LeBlanc. The actual auto attacks are going to be hurting. It's a lot of damage there.
Now we see Armia fighting Ramsey in the jungle. He got kicked by that Dragon Trade. He wants to get this kill.
Oh, man.
Onto Ramsey. Now Freddy gonna be trying to go for Armia, but gets locked down. Gonna lose Scarl. There it is. Distortion a little too early coming in from Cypher, but he's gonna lock down that Kled. The Kled will flash out of there. Very close to falling. They actually might go for the dive. One more. There it is.
Those autos!
Those autos, and then the Shatter Orb gonna get the kill for Cypher. And we just see, again, Edge just pushing down so quickly, maybe even looking for another game where they end before 20 minutes.
I mean, right now, I hate to say it, but it's perfect! Armia!
Armia, he has the shields, but not gonna be enough. The Ignite picks up the kill.
Why'd I say anything? Why'd I say anything? As soon as you say it's perfect, it's not gonna be perfect anymore. Armia just showed us that, a little bit unfortunate, but I just don't know what to say. This is a Hextech Gunblade LeBlanc. That's how confident Cypher is.
Yeah, he's not far ahead. Here comes the Temper Fate to stop that curtain call. You mentioned how that's going to be.
Ooh, teleport behind. Here comes
so
Freddy.
Coming in, Freddy. That is the ace in the hole, going to get the damage. But here comes that Stand United. Not going to land that bear trap on to Toby. But here comes the dash. They get the kill on the Mad Smoke. They're going to turn it around on the match. They use that Yomu's on the side of Freddy, trying to get him a little further in. But now Ramsey's here. Here comes Cypher from around the corner. They get the Scarl off for Freddy. He will fall. Armia picking up that kill.
More and more and more kills, just snowballing, accelerating the pace of this game. The lanes had the potential to be weak coming in from Edge, but they got the early advantage, and now they're not even letting a laning phase exist.
Yeah, that's how you win the game. You're like, hey, we might lose lanes. Let's just not do that. Let's just
win game.
let's just win game. Who needs to care about lanes when you just get rid of all these towers? 13 minutes into the game, you get 13 kills, a kill a minute for the side of Edge. They are absolutely on fire right now.
And this whole game started off, remember, with that invade, right? Armia's getting a little bit crazy, but Ramsey, he got the 3-buff start, stole away the red, washed up kid, should have been set behind, but still, it was a pre-level 6 Rengar that made the most out of the early game. Ramsey's now down 2 levels, didn't get any successful ganks, didn't even really try to go for any ganks, and that's a really, really rough sign because he needed to be the one playing a little bit more proactively, getting deep vision, and playing for his lanes. That did not happen.
Cypher going really hard, and they don't have the thrill to hunt onto Ramsey. They have the Dragon Bridge. They ignite. They do pick up the kill, but ace in the hole not going to be needed because the ignite picks up the kill for Mad Smoke.
Yeah, still worth it in the end. Kill going over to Mad Smoke. Doesn't matter too much. Again, the shutdown is going to be a global bounty for your entire team, and just any gold being put into the pockets of Lost Q is going to be very, very appreciated here, but they can't get picked off by this LeBlanc.
You know, the LeBlanc going to go in really hard on the Mad
Holy
Smoke. Holy cow. Even with the binding landing onto Cypher, it doesn't matter because he's got the damage.
Yeah, Cosmic Binding might be a long stun, but it's also slightly delayed. It's not when it hits the champion, it's when it hits the wall behind them. So Cypher was still able to get his full combo off. And again, I just think it's ridiculous that he is getting all these kills without actually popping the Ignite. Just knowing that he's got the raw damage, which is odd to say because I doubt he's ever really gone for this build, unless it's some sort of hidden OP that I've never seen before.
I will say I've seen it one time. The only time I ever see it picked up by LeBlanc is when they're really far ahead. And now we actually have the side of Edge going really hard onto Ramsey. He flashes away. Not going to go down just yet. But they got a lot out of the side of Lost to Q.
Yeah, I hear your voice failing you right now, so I'm going to say for the rest of this game, I'm going to take over the play-by-play. It's just one of those games, so I'm going to be the guy to step in to make it all okay. Since I let you down to start this one off, we do have a teleport going down into the bottom lane from Armia. It is 2 versus 1 now on towards Mouch. He does flash out of the curtain call, but get hits up by the taunt, gets rooted up by that Jhin, and will be chased down to the ends of the earth. One more kill for Edge. Now the mid lane, Toby getting in trouble. We got to stand united. Armia is everywhere on this map. Washed Up Kid jumping on forward. They do find the kill onto Gunner. Freddy Sant, the one to go down next. Mad Smoke, double kill here for Panda Opa. And it is 4 members down from Lost Q. Ramsey flashed on and will get out with the safeguard. But still, that's a lot of hurt, a lot of kills, and a lot of time to rip apart this base. Oh, the snipe misses. Oh, Edge.
Wow, they went for that hard there. Edge is just, they want to end again prior to 20 minutes here. About to crack the base at 16 minutes.
And you know what this Gunblade LeBlanc is great at? It's at hitting these turrets hard, packing a punch right there, and that's what they're doing 16 minutes in. This game, we've got 22 kills, more kills than minutes in this game, and they already claimed an inhibitor tower. That is so, so powerful, because now the next time they get any kills whatsoever, that inhib is going down.
Yeah, and with the Mountain Drake just spawning up, they're going to have a really easy time to knock down these objectives. And it's the question that we said not even 4 minutes ago. That Lost Q don't even look like they have a chance into this game. Just clean play coming in from the side of Edge. Once again, they're very immaculate at making sure to get any advantage that they possibly can and taking it for a ride.
Ramsey, not too sure about that one. He actually takes the Q on in, but the dragon isn't even all that low. It was still at 1700 HP. And he is going to be scratching his head a little bit after that one. Got the Lee Syndrome, and at the same time, Washed Up Kid, he wasn't even in the area. He's just charging around there with the thrill of the hunt, maybe trying to scout out some prey. But other than those 2 kills, this game has been flawless here from Edge.
Yeah, haven't even lost themselves a tower, and honestly, you can blame it all on Armia and Washed Up Kid for going up too hard. Totally their fault.
Ooh, there's the Tempered Fate locks up tune. That's actually a nice stun onto Washed Up Kid. He will fall right there to the final turret shot. Armia, though, tanky enough with that Sunfire Cage, just lick his wounds back away. Say, now they got 3 kills. That's all we're going to give them in this one.
Yeah, 3 kills in almost 18 minutes. They're down 10k gold. It's really not looking good for the side of Lost to Q.
That is a pretty large margin, you have to say right there. Being down that much at this short of a game timer. And it says a lot that Edge are still able to play so aggressively with Toby and Panda Opa just shoving up that mid lane, even with their jungler dead, with their Shen all the way back in base. Because at any given moment, if LAQ ever try to engage onto Edge, you've got the threat of a stand united. Washed Up Kid is going to be able to charge his way on over there, and what you think is a pick is actually going to be turned around onto you and turned into some sort of a bait.
Oh, but Ramsey went a little hard in there. They got the ace in the hole on the Panda, so a lot used again by the side of Lost to Q. They certainly look lost right now on the map.
Yeah, the ace in the hole not going to be the worst cooldown to go ahead and blow through, but every single spell counts going into a fight when you are this far down. Nice stun by Mad Smoke, but he does get rooted up on the other side of that tunnel. Cypher takes it on, and he's going towards Gunner, has the stand united, and has a whole hell of a lot of damage going down onto this R who's just trying to chase away, but he brought him straight to mount. The AD carry gonna be feeling the pain after that one. What the heck, man? You just brought the enemy straight on towards me, and now Mad Smoke able to get barely on out towards safety. But that means 2 members are pinned underneath this turret. Ramsey doesn't have the HP to stay alive during that. Freddy trying to do his best to claim 1 kill at least for his team, but he's dismounted and crawling away to safety under that turret.
Yeah, all the while, Washed Up Kid's been having some alone time with that inhibitor. Gonna open up the map for them. The Tempered Fate a little bit wide, not gonna stomp Washed Up Kid. And this push is just not ending from the side of Edge.
Yeah, and they're so low. Their HP bars are low enough that maybe here LAQ can try to find themselves a couple of kills, but not before this mid lane inhibitor is claimed for the side of Edge, and they're going to be able to get out scot-free right here.
Yeah, gonna be really easy, and it's funny because Cypher almost fell to the tower shot. He got taken so low from that had he fallen, that wouldn't really help out Lost to Q that much, but it would have been just a little bit of a tragic story for the side of this LeBlanc, who's looking so perfect. 9-0-6, doing absolute work on that champion.
Yeah, and this is like attack modifier LeBlanc right now. You've got the Hextech Gunblade. You even go for the Lickbane as your second item right here. So those auto attacks hurt. That's one of the changes to LeBlanc. You want to weave those autos on in here, but Cypher's going straight for Mad Smoke. Does go legendary, but not before he is traded. It is a shutdown on towards Cypher. We've got a teleport coming on in from behind, and Washed Up Kid is not a part of this fight just yet. This could be a chance to win it, but Armia goes unstoppable. Gunner was on top of a ward, and that could be potentially the closing out of this game. At the same time, Freddy Sant canceled the teleport, so it's just Mouch, it's just Ramsey, and they're looking to get lined up for a double taunt right here. Doesn't even land it, but got the damage down on towards the Caitlyn. Ramsey rooted up with not a whole lot of places to go, but at the same time, Edge just going to be charging straight down the mid.
I mean, he had that tower still there to defend him, kind of. Just gonna protect his KDA a little bit, even though right now I'm not looking so hot on that Lee Sin. Definitely just shows the power that Edge bring into any game that they are part of, and how you have to fear them. But We're gonna have one last.
Yeah, got a lot of golden members right here, but not damage to back that up. LAQ just clearing away those minion waves, using all their spells, all their abilities to try and take the minions on out there, and they just barely keep that final Nexus turret alive. But there is a Baron buff live. Red buff is going to be stolen away, and LAQ can only hold on for so long here.
It's funny because the last time I believe we saw Edge, they won the game at 18 minutes. So they weren't even able to get the Baron buff because they won so quickly. So this might be the first time we see them get the Baron purely for the fact that they win so quickly.
Oh boy, Mad Smoke not gonna be enjoying stepping on the traps right there. Cypher with the flash on forward does not connect the tether on towards Ramsey, but that's not the kill they are looking for. Freddy Sant does go down. Gunner will be rooted up and takes a whole lot of damage on the back. But again, the kills are not the objective here for Edge because they got one turret. Ramsey now does land a nice kick onto Armia into the charm. The Nexus, or the base turret rather, actually going to give one more shutdown to LAQ before this Nexus is finally claimed for Edge.
Yeah, Edge just immaculate play. Definitely why we've consistently said they are a favorite going into this tournament. Someone to keep your eye on. Can always be looking so strong in any game that they have played. And when it does come to the group stages ending and we finally get to see them go into the semifinals or possibly the finals if they're going to play this strongly, definitely going to have to see how teams are able to compete with them, if they're even able to throw anything back at Edge.
And at 22 minutes and 59 seconds, that might have been the longest game so far here in the tournament for Edge. But we are going to take a quick little break, throw on some commercials, and when we be back, Magical Voice will be a little bit more magical because right now it's not believing in the childhood dream that magic is real. He's gonna rest it a little bit, maybe jump back in for play-by-play. We'll see you for the next one.